I've always loved stories. I really think of myself first and foremost as a storyteller. And the thing that's really cool about wine is that it's been around for thousands of years. Humans have been fermenting fruit for basically as long as we've been gathering it. And there is nothing more human than sitting around a fire, sharing stories over a fermented beverage. What I love about wine is that I think more than any other type of alcohol, whether that be beer or spirits, is that it really tells the story of the time and place and people behind the wine. And in the wine industry, we call this terroir, but really in my mind, what it is a postcard that captures the story of the place that it's from. And that's why I kind of got into the industry. Was to me, this was like an edible story. We were in the height of COVID, and while we were all drinking a lot of wine, brands that were not authorized in grocery stores were really suffering. And I was really trying to think about how I could get Archer Roose carried in grocery stores and also to help set us apart through our direct-to-consumer channel. And I realized that I really needed an amplifier to help tell the story about canned wine. And Elizabeth Banks was the natural choice for us because, first of all, she's born and bred in Massachusetts. She is wicked smart, and she is really a badass boundary pusher in her own right, not only as an actress, but also she is an award-winning and record-holding director, writer, and producer behind such franchises as The Hunger Games and Pitch Perfect. So there's really a lot to love about this woman. And the more that I got to know her, the more that I realized she was really perfect for embodying the ethos of the brand, which is how do you live life by your own rules? And how, as a woman, do you really seize your opportunity to kind of truly develop a product for women by women in this industry that really treats them with respect and recognizes that we really care about quality and what we put in our body above all else. 2020 was a record year of venture dollars, and yet only 2.3% of those went to female-led companies. So the numbers are pretty stark. It's harder to raise money, to get a foot in the door, and to build credibility. And in the alcohol industry, it's more of an all boys club than most. And so finding people who can make the right introductions to distributors and to retailers, things that a lot of male entrepreneurs take for granted, has been especially difficult for us. But we've persevered over time, and we've built out a great network of women and other kind of male allies who really get what we're trying to do. But I would say the biggest challenge has actually been how many times I've pitched a male investor or distributor and who's really turned it back on me and just been like, I don't really believe that women would find this product attractive or women would buy into this concept or positioning because they didn't buy into it. Going into 2020, I really thought I had it made. We'd been growing about 100% year over year. We'd just taken flight aboard JetBlue, so our wine was being served nationally on all their flights. And we were about to announce a major partnership with a big hospitality partner. And then, of course, COVID hit. And in a moment, 80% of my revenue dried up overnight. So we had to completely rebuild the business model and pivot the company from the ground up. And I had to do this while postpartum because on March 17th, which is the day that Boston went into lockdown, I gave birth to my first child. But over the course of, the next 18 months, we not only secured grocery authorizations, launched a national DTC business, but also brought on Elizabeth Banks as an investor in the face of the brand. And throughout all of this, we nurtured our partnership with JetBlue so that we're actually now back on board and our wine is being enjoyed right now in the friendly skies. Over the next 5 years, I hope to become a major presence in grocery in particular so that we can connect to and be available and accessible to our target consumer and be her Sunday through Thursday night glass of wine. When we were founding Archer Roose, We wanted to build a different kind of wine brand. And so we borrowed a lot from craft beer and craft spirits. And what we saw that they did really well was they created characters that consumers could connect with and could really go on a journey with them. So that drove us to really build and develop the character of Archer Roose. She's really a boundary pusher, a feather ruffler, a timeless adventurer who travels the world and has these crazy adventures. And these wines are her postcards to us, telling us about the places that she's traveled to and that she's been. You're going to make a lot of mistakes and try to view those as learning opportunities and have the memory of a goldfish, as Ted Lasso would say, so that you can easily forget your failures and don't let them get you down, but continue on in pursuit of fulfilling your vision. I really view them as an important part of the team who I can carry with me on this process. So, I think that I've already recommended them to a number of other entrepreneurs, and we are just so excited to be clients. Peter Moldave and Steve Snyder have, of course, been great advocates. And the thing that I would say really distinguishes Gesmer is their desire to help the entrepreneur in a lot of different ways and their flexibility. They really understand the challenges that entrepreneurs face, that it's often kind of a long road full of ups and downs, and they're kind of strapped in and ready for the journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey. You want people on your team who have your back and who also understand the peaks and valleys, because there is no straight line to success. And Gesmer really understands that.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like some more information, you can check us out at gesmer.com or on our social media pages. Thanks.